Hi there, welcome to English Parkz. Hopefully you are doing great. This is Mukta Hussain with another new video. To begin with, two questions for you. What is always placed at the end of a sentence? বাক্যের শেষে সবসময় কি বসে থাকে? Next questions for you. What are the symbols or signs called that are used to separate and join the units of a language? ভাষার বিভিন্ন এককগুলোকে যুক্ত বা বিচ্ছিন্ন করতে যে প্রতীক বা চিহ্ন ব্যবহার হয়ে থাকে এগুলোকে কি বলা হয়? Now probably you have guessed what our topic is going to be. Hopefully you have done a great job. Yes, you are absolutely right. So our today's topic is punctuation, the mega masterclass. Today in this session, I'm going to share with you all about the punctuation. There are as usual exercises within the lessons to help you practice. And if you want to kill this problem for good, you have to watch the video every second all the way to the end without escaping. Before we jump into today's lesson, I just want to make sure you know that there are more videos coming on English Parkz right here. So be sure to subscribe and tap the bell icon so that you get a notification anytime new lessons are published. If you are ready, let's dive in. What is punctuation? Punctuation is the system of signs or symbols that are used to separate and join units of language into a cohesive text. Ancient usage of punctuation. There was no punctuations in any languages of ancient times. With the advancements of civilization, punctuation was introduced in the written form of the language to help a reader distinguish words or ideas from each other and to mirror the natural rhythms of the spoken language. Modern usage of punctuation. Modern writers tend to punctuate much more lightly than their older counterparts did. This goes hand in hand with the modern tendency to use less formal language and a plainer style. However, the importance of punctuations, even in these less formal modern times, should not be underestimated. Some confusing things we can see here. How to write Mr. with full stop or without full stop. While writing down time 10:30 or 10 full stop 30, etc. All these confusing things will be clear off if you watch this video every second all the way to the end. Punctuation guide. Terminal points. Full stop or period. Question mark, exclamation mark. Pausing points, comma, semicolon or colon. Quotations. Quotations marks, ellipses, brackets. Hyphen and dashes. Hyphen, n dash, m dash. And other punctuations. Parentheses, braces, apostrophe, forward slash, backward slash, angle brackets, add, tilde, asterisk. So let's learn the usage of these things, of these punctuations in details. First, terminal punctuations. Period or full stop, question mark, exclamation mark. All these things mark the end of a sentence. First, period or full stop. We'll learn it in details. Number one, to mark the end of a sentence. For example, in assertive sentence, they are getting married next week. In imperative sentence, book a community center. In optative sentence, may they be happy in conjugal life. To mark the end of a phrase, for example, when will you leave? Question and the answer only, simply tomorrow morning. In email and website addresses, for example, www. Here it is full stop, English Parkz, full stop or .com. In email address, info@englishparkz.com. In abbreviation, for example, usually no full stop in abbreviation involving the first and last letter of a word. Contraction as D a doctor, R the road, ST student or saint. Exception, exempli gratia. For example, nota bene, we can write N full stop, B full stop, or simply N capital and B capital, both are prevalent. Abbreviation involving the first few letters of a word are the most likely to have full stop, as in Feb full stop for February, Dept for department, and etc full stop for etc. American versus British style. Entitled, American English uses full stop with Mr., Mrs. and Miss. But in British English, they don't use full stop. Simply MR, Mr., MRS, Mrs. and MS, Miss. In time, in American style they use 10:30. It's 10:30 AM or PM. In British English they write 10 full stop 30. It's 10:30 AM or PM. American versus British style versus ISO. On date. Suppose a date December 16, 2020. This date is written in 3 ways. In American style they write first month, then day, and then year. In British style they write first day, then month, then year. And in IOC style they first write year, then month, and at the end they write day. Question mark. To ask a question, for example, can I help you? After a phrase, for example, did you once think about your family, your career, your future, your life? Series of questions using the same subject and verb. After a word, for example, what? So, right? Really? Etc. Single word questions are used only in informal writing. Exclamation mark. The note of exclamation indicates excitement, either positive or negative. It can also be used for giving additional emphasis to sentences, phrases, or single words, and especially to commands and interjections. I'm quite excited about my new bike. Here is no emotion. I'm quite excited about my new bike. Here expresses emotion. I can't believe she could say that. Amazement. If you misbehave with anyone, I'll fire you. Expresses anger. Ouch, I'm hurt. Expresses pain. If I were a bird, expresses desire. Stop, don't take another step. It's a strict command. Terminal punctuation exercise. Rewrite the following passages, inserting the terminal punctuation mark at the end of each sentence. Ouch, I slipped on the ice and hurt my ankle. I can hardly walk. Do you think my ankle could be broken? Now, what you have to do is just put the punctuation mark on each sentence. You can pause the video and answer. If you are done answering all the sentences, then again start playing the video. So here is your answer. Hopefully you have done a great job. So let's get to next page. Capital letter. Capital letters are not technically speaking punctuation marks, but their use is so closely associated with the use of the period of full stop and with the question mark and exclamation mark that it makes sense to treat their use here. Just as a sentence ends with a full stop or occasionally with a question mark or exclamation mark, so it always begins with a capital letter. The opposite of a capital letter is a lowercase letter. Capital letters are used in a number of situations. There are only 6 rules of using capital letter. Number 1. A capital letter is used as the initial letter of the first word of the sentence or a direct quotation, as in they left early, full stop, and he said quickly, comma, quotation, I don't feel very well, full stop, the end of a quotation. Number 2. A capital letter is always used as the initial letter of a name or proper noun, as in Mary Brown, South America, Rome, and Marxism. Number 3. A capital letter is also used as the initial letter of the main words in the titles of people, places, or works of art, as in the following: Dhaka University, reading Wuthering Heights, and listen to Beethoven's Third Symphony. They are also used in the titles of words and historical, cultural, and geological periods, as in the words of the Roses, the Renaissance, and the Ice Age. Envy. Only the major words of titles begin with capital letters. Words such as the, on, of, etc. are in lowercase letters, as the mill on the floors. A capital letter is used as the initial letter or the days of the week, months of the year, and religious festivals, as Monday, October, Easter. It is a matter of choice whether the seasons of the year are given capital letters or not, as in spring small letter and with capital springs. Autumn small letter starting A, small letter lowercase letter, again autumn with capital letter A. Number 5. A capital letter is used as the initial letter of God, Allah, or Jesus Christ, or similar words. When a pronoun is used to refer to God or Christ, the pronoun begins with an initial capital letter, as God asks us to trust in him. A capital letter is always used as the initial letter of a noun that is a trade name, as in Egot, Xerox, Hova. When verbs are formed from such nouns, they are usually spelled with an initial lowercase letter, see below, as in Xerox, the letter, and Hova, the carpet. Exercise. Rewrite the following passage replacing a lowercase letter with a capital letter. Why you think this is appropriate? Here is the questions. First, pause the video for some time and answer the questions. If you are done, then start playing the video again. So if you are done answering the questions, so let's check up with the answers. Here is your answer. Again, hopefully you have done a great job. Holding punctuations, comma, semicolon, and colon. Tell the reader to stop briefly and then continue. Comma. In modern uses, there is a tendency to adopt a system of minimal punctuation, and one of the casualties of this change has been the comma. Most people use comma considerably less frequently than was formerly the case. The comma has two major functions, that of linking and separating. Comma as a separating device in a list. Number one, comma is used to separate multiple items of the same category in a series of words, phrases, or clauses. We need to buy bread, milk, fruit, and sugar. We opened the door, let ourselves in, feed the cat, and started to cook a meal. She wore a long red sequin dress versus she wore a long red sequin dress. Both are considered correct these days. He is a player, a singer, an actor, and a director versus he is a player, a singer, an actor, and a director. Both are considered correct these days. So if you have comma, it expresses singular sense. If you don't find any comma, it expresses plural sense. The comma as separating device with the initial phrases. A comma is often used to separate an adverb or an adverbial phrase at the beginning of a sentence from the rest of the sentence. As with however in, the weather was not great and it rained a lot. However, we had an interesting and enjoyable holiday. After a great deal of consideration, I decided to accept the invitation. Being insulted, the piper went to the hill. Participle phrases are always separated from the clauses by commas. Well, I cannot play in the next match. The comma with terms of address. Number 5. Commas are used in vocative uses. Calling someone by name or directly referring to them requires separation by commas. Thanks a lot, comma, John. Now, comma, ladies, comma, what can I get you? Comma after adding non-essential ideas and non-restrictive clauses. Number 6. Commas can be used to add non-essential ideas or facts in the form of words, phrases, or clauses into a sentence. Easily removing these ideas from sentences doesn't affect the grammatical accuracy of the sentences, as in, the new player, you know him, is called a brilliant century. The comma with nouns or phrases in apposition. Number 7. A noun or noun phrase is said to be in apposition when it is placed next to another noun or noun phrase and provides further information about it. especially by saying something that identifies or describes them. When such a noun or noun phrase is placed after the main noun or noun phrase in the sentence, a comma is almost always placed after the main noun or noun phrase to separate it from the amplifying noun or noun phrase, as in Dan Jones, the well-known racing driver, has been involved in a serious car accident. Comma before tag question. Number 8. Commas are used before a tag question, which is usually a reassuring statement of a sentence's overall idea. For example, he loves you, doesn't he? The comma with interjections. Number 9. The comma is used to separate an interjection from the rest of a sentence, as in the following sentences. Heavens, comma, I've never seen such a heavy rain. The comma and numbers. Number 10. A comma is used when writing a number that is made up of 4 or more figures, as in 12,000 kilometers. Commas in dialogue. Number 11. Commas are used in the dialogue to set off the indirect speech from the direct speech. Inside quotation, when we were going there, comma, the end of quotation, she said, comma, again quotation, we saw thousands of palm trees, the end of quotation. Exercise. Insert commas where this is appropriate in the following passages. Now pause the video for some time and try to answer the questions. If you are done, then play the video again and here is your answer. Hopefully you have done a great job again. Semicolon. Semicolons are almost like periods, but they connect two independent clauses or sentences together instead of using a coordinating conjunction. Semicolons between two clauses or sentences indicate that the clauses are closely related. Semicolons can be replaced by the coordinating conjunctions. We do not need a car now, semicolons, we want to sell it. The semicolon could be replaced by and. Common transitional expressions such as therefore, for instance, namely, indeed, additionally, further, moreover, likewise, and finally are used after a semicolon to start a new clause. For example, he does not like me, semicolon, likewise, comma, I do not like him, colon. Number 1, colons are used in the salutations of formal letters. For example, dear sir, to whom it may concern. Number 2, colons sometimes introduce a series or list to describe some new information after a complete sentence. The fruit seller had 3 kinds of fruits, colon, bananas, comma, apples, commas, and oranges, full stop. Number 3, colons are used for expressing time in figures. For example, 7:35 p.m. I mean 7:35 p.m. Here we will know the differences among hyphen, index, and index. Hyphens combine words together to make compound nouns or adjectives. Hyphens are also used with some suffixes and prefixes, such as hyphen-like, hyphen-wise, anti-hyphen, and post-hyphen, to make new adjectives or to indicate that a word has been broken at the end of a line because of lack of space. For example, decision making, 6 months old baby. However, you really need to hyphenate if the compound adjectives comes after the noun. Regardless of the rules, you can always hyphenate 2 words if it avoids confusions. The baby is 6 months old. Indices are used to show ranges of any kind. This could be in numbers such as page numbers 55 to 102 or time 1 o'clock to 2:30 or month such as July to October. Em-dashes can be used in place of commas, colons, or semicolons, or parentheses. They are mainly used to set a phrase apart. We couldn't believe what our parents had left us in their will. $1 million? Quotation marks, single or double quotation. Number 1. Quotation marks, single or double quotation, also known as inverted commas, are used to enclose material that is part of direct speech. For example, I'm going away, single quotation, comma, she said, comma, again, single quotation, and I'm not coming back, full stop, really, comma, I don't feel that I belong here anymore, the end of the single quotation. Have you seen the music video for the song? Double quotation. Double quotation starting, play with aggression, end of the double quotation, shouted the coach. If single quotation marks had been used in the direct speech, then double quotation marks should be used for the title within the direct speech. As in, have you read double quotation Animal Farm, end of double quotation by George Orwell? The teacher asked. Double quotation starting with, I'd never dreamed that I would lose somebody like you, end of the double quotation. This line from the song, single quotation starting, wicked games, end of the single quotation, always makes me sad. Exercise, rewrite the following conversations, inserting quotation marks where this is appropriate. You can pause the video for some time, then answer these questions. If you're done answering, then play the video again and check your answer with the answer here given. Hopefully, you have answered correctly. American versus British style. In quotation, American style uses double quotes for initial quotation, then single quotes for quotations within the initial quotation. For example, starting with double quotation, health condition of this community, ending of double quotation, comma, according to Dr. David, comma, again, double quotation is very poor, comma, and is, comma, and Dr. John, comma, starting with single quotation is very miserable, end of single quotation and double quotation. British style uses single quotes for initial quotation, then double quotes for quotation within the initial quotation. For example, single quotes, health condition of this community, end of single quotes, according to Dr. David, comma, again single quotes is very poor, and is, comma, as Dr. John, again, comma, starting with double quotes is very miserable, end of double quotes and single quotes, full stop. To be noted, the above examples clearly show that American style places commas and periods inside the quotation marks, whereas British style places commas and periods outside the quotation marks. So hopefully it's been clear to you that commas and periods are placed inside the quotation marks, whereas British style places commas and periods outside the quotation marks. American and British style. Apart from title, time, and date, quotation and quotation related materials like commas and periods, the American and the British styles are in agreement for all other punctuation. Ellipses. The three-dot ellipses is used to indicate missing material. This missing material may be a word or words, as in the sentence. I told you to get the dot dot out of here, where the missing word is the swear word hell. brackets in America or square brackets in British. Brackets enclose the additional things in the quoted material. These additions are used for clarifications of the words or phrases of the quoted materials. Yeats used to love her, Maud Gonne, and he wrote many poems about her. Brackets are also required to block up materials that fall within the materials which are already enclosed by parentheses. We provide a lot of services. See in the website, table 23, for the details. Parentheses in America and round brackets in British. Parentheses block up materials that interrupt the text to add information. In other words, they separate extra information from the rest of the sentence or add emphasis. For example, yesterday, Monday, was the first day of the college. We provide a lot of services. See our website. Please leave your mobile or telephone S in parentheses at the top to indicate plural or singular. Braces or curly braces in America or British, or curly brackets. Braces are used in various programming languages, certain mathematical expressions, and some musical notation. Apostrophe. An apostrophe indicates positions and the exclusions of letters in contractions. For example, Johnny's watch. They are going to Canada. Boyd's section. A plural noun usually indicates position by adding s apostrophe to the plural form ending in s. NB. It's and it apostrophe s. It is an exception to the position rule, which sometimes causes confusion when used in indicate position, its fault, its engine, its environment. It has no apostrophe. It is only when used as a contraction that an apostrophe is added. It's called means it is called. Similarly, possessive pronouns that end in an s never take an apostrophe. Yours, hers, ours, theirs. Exercise. Rewrite the following sentences, inserting apostrophes where this is appropriate. So dear viewers, pause the video for some time and try to answer these problems. And after some time, if you are done answering all the problems, play again the video. So here is your answer. Please check with the answer. Underline. An underline is a horizontal line immediately below a piece of writing. In handwriting, we traditionally use underlining to indicate emphasis. Underscore. Underscore is a line below text level and is typically used in email addresses, file names, and URLs. For example, my underscore name at example.com, image underscore tv.jpg. Forward slash or oblique or the virgule. Forward slashes serve many purposes, most of which should be avoided in formal writing. And oblique or each guest must present his oblique her ticket prior to entry. Conflicting ideas oblique relationships. The Paris oblique London train leaves in an hour. Abbreviations. C oblique or care of. Ratio 1/4 of the population is happy. Dates 12/25/25. An An oblique is also used instead of the word pa, as in 60 km/h, 60 km/h. Part 2. My mistress's eyes are nothing like the sun, semicolon, oblique. Coral is far more red than her lips red, semicolon, oblique. Ain't Snowbird white? Why then her breasts are done, semicolon, oblique. If hairs be words, comma, black words grow on her head. Taken from Shakespeare's sonnet number 130. Backward slash. The backslash is used only for computer coding. Big question. Space or no space? Many people wonder whether to use a space before and after slashes in a sentence. The answer is typically no on both fronts. Spaces before slashes should be avoided. The only time it is acceptable to use a space after a slash is when picking up lines of a poem, song, or play, as you saw before a while in Shakespeare's sonnet. At. On the internet, at, pronounced at, or at sign or address sign, is the symbol in an email address that separates the name of the user from the user's internet address, as in this hypothetical email address examples: info@englishparkz.com. Angle brackets. Angle brackets are used frequently in comic books to denote someone speaking in another language. Double angle brackets are sometimes used in lieu of quotation marks. They are used in mathematics, quantum physics, and computer-mediated communication to indicate an action or status. For example, double angle brackets starting offline and ending of double angles. Please visit my website single angle bracket www.englishparkz.com end of angle brackets. If you have any questions, email me at starting single angle bracket info@englishparkz.com ending of single angle brackets. Nowadays, angle brackets are unnecessary because people understand the conventions of website and email addresses. Tilde. The tilde is a diacritic mark which can indicate a particular pronunciation for the letter it is attached to or be used as a spacing character. In lexicography, a subject within linguistics, the tilde is used in dictionaries to indicate omissions of an empty word. Asterisk. The asterisk is commonly used to direct the reader's attention from a particular word or piece of text to a footnote or to another part of the text. In mathematics, we sometimes use it to mean multiplications, particularly with computers. So dear viewers, if you have any feedback about these sessions, please let me know in the comment section below. If you think this video is helpful, please give it a thumb up by hitting the like button. If you are new to this channel, make sure to subscribe by clicking the subscribe button to get more latest videos right here on YouTube. See you around in another video. Till then, take a very good care of the elders of your family. Stay safe and clean up around. And of course, have a nice time.